Hey guys, welcome back to Nature Aquariums TV, where today we're going to be scaping this awesome UNS 45 tall glass aquarium, and we're going to scape it in a old school style of Dutch style aquariums. Now before we get to the scape, we're going to do something super special for you guys. The first 3 people who like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment on our YouTube channel will receive a special prize pack. And remember, like, share, and subscribe to our channel to see more videos. So in today's video, we decided to go with a Dutch style aquarium, which is one of the earliest style of aquascapes that was very popular in Europe. And the Dutch style, in very simplistic terms, is you don't use any rock or wood. It is all about the plants, and you arrange the plants in different layers throughout the tank, kind of like an English garden, where all the reds are together, the greens are together, the bushy plants are together, the groundscape is all together. And that's what we're going to be doing today. In doing today's tank, we are using Ultim Nature Systems 45 tall low iron glass tank, which is beautiful. The reason I decided to go with the tall is that it allows me to grow the plants taller in the background while still leaving a nice angle for the viewer. Secondly, we're going to be using Ultim Nature Systems Controsoil, and I'm going to be using the brown color substrate. It is usually everybody uses black, but I wanted to use the brown. It's a little bit lighter, it's a smaller tank, it's going to make everything come out. And I'm also going to be using UNS tissue culture and stem plants for this aquascape. You can find all of these items both at our local store in Lauderhill, Florida, or you can find it on our website, and we ship nationwide. All right, first things we're going to do, the tank is all clean and ready to go. We're going to go and lay out the substrate, and we're going to lay it at almost a 45-degree angle, so it's shallowest in the front, about 2 inches in the front and about 6 inches to the back. So the purpose of angling the substrate this way at a 45-degree angle, it's not really a 45, but at a slope, is that it allows you to put your lower plants in the front over here, your taller plants in the background, and it gives you a sense of height and that the tank is deeper than what it actually is. Before we can start planting, it's going to be important to wet down the tank, the substrate. It helps keep all the substrate together. One of the things we're going to be doing in this tank is we're going to be using a product from Aquario called Bacter, and this is bacteria that is in capsule. Don't take it, you don't drink it, but you are going to sprinkle it all through on the substrate, and this is going to help establish a bacterial colony in the aquarium soil in addition to your filter media. By doing that, you're going to promote a healthier substrate that's going to be full of beneficial bacteria. Last thing that we're going to do is prep our soil is with some crushed coral. The reason we do this is to help stabilize the alkalinity. I like burying it within the substrate. Our water here in South Florida is very, very soft, very low in alkalinity. Therefore, we have issues here with tanks not cycling properly. By putting the crushed coral, you raise the carbonate hardness. This is Bacupa manieri. One of the first things that you always want to do when planting is align your stem plant with your tweezers like this, protecting it. So when you go in deep, you kind of shake a little bit, and you pull it out, and there's your stem plant. Next up is Pogostemon stellatus octopus, and this is a very nice bushy green plant that I'm anchoring on this side.
That's an interesting name.
Yes, I don't know where the octopus came from. Next up is Ludwigia palustris super red. They're not kidding when they say it's super red. This is Juncus repens. Very tall, nice bushy plant that ends up having their tips in red, reddish orange. This is Rotala indicia. Now you'll notice that these plants, I'm planting them really deep into the substrate. It's okay with the stem plants. They have roots all along, coming out already along the stem. So they're gonna take a hold of the nutrients and establish nice deep roots. Next one that we're doing is Rotala H. Ra. This is funny spelling because it's H apostrophe Ra, R-A. So one of the things you want to keep in mind when doing a Dutch style is that it shouldn't be all blotchiness. It's okay to have overlap. So for example, this Rotala, I'm actually overlapping the Juncus and the palustris in front, so that way it doesn't look like it's a checkerboard pattern. There needs to be some sort of organic look to it, so it's important when you plant that you have overlaps into your different colors and textures. Next up is Laginandra niboldi, and this plant is very similar to a crypt, but it grows a little bit quicker, and it's going to give some beautiful variegated leaves. That's going to be the center point of this tank. Next one up is Alternanthera renicky mini. This is the short version of Alternanthera. It stays very short and compact, which is why we're using it mid-ground. And it's also very red, especially with CO2, but it also does well without CO2. Next up is Rotala mexicana Bangladesh.
Another interesting name.
Yes. Next up is Rotala macandra mini, and even though it comes out green right now, but it should be turning nice and red, but stays shorter than regular Rotala macandra. The next one is going to be our carpeting plant, and this is going to be a newcomer in the hobby. It's Marcella hirsuta, and this is actually a low-tech carpeting plant that really doesn't need CO2 or high light, but we're going to use it here and try to get a little bit bushier growth using CO2 and high light. This is Areocolon polaris, and this is a very short plant that we are going to just do a little cluster over here, and they're going to stay really nice and compact and floofy. I know that's not a technical term, guys, floofy, but it's the best that I can think of. Right now we're done planting it. There's about 13 different plant species in this tank. Even though it's only a 45 centimeter tank, we really put in a lot of variety. So what we're going to do is cover this thing up with saran wrap to keep it moist while we prep the area where this is going to go into. So a little pro tip here. You see these bags from your substrate? Don't throw them out. Make sure when you open them, you cut across cleanly. But one of the things you want to do is cut along this side and cut along the bottom so you can open it up like a newspaper. And I'm going to show you a little trick for filling up the tank. You actually go and get them wet and cover your whole aquascape like so. So when you pour your water on there, you're pouring it onto the plastic and not onto your substrate. Alright folks, thanks for watching today's video on setting up our UNS 45 tall Dutch style planted aquarium. And in the following weeks we're going to be giving you updates on how the tank progresses. Now I'm going to work on setting up the filtration, cleaning it up, and letting the tank run. As always, remember to like, share, and subscribe for more videos. Thanks for watching.